Good day, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about the distinctive features of Chinese English. The fall away of the revolution of information boundaries of human society is universally acknowledged and is being involved into a large melting pot of humanity. There is more pleasing idea for a global lingua franca to be a uniform language, which is not true. Global languages is a variety of language because of the diversification caused by the globalization of English, just like Okushima, who produced the word glocal, which is from the combination of the two words global and local, which today means having an openness and internationality while also having local self or identity. The Chinese English boosts its own distinctive features on phonology, vocabulary, words and sentences, and this course has been an irreplaceable role in the intercultural activities. At first, the Chinese English uses British or American English as its standard, which today is regarded to as English varieties. Many countries have announced the independence of their English and wanted to be treated equally like the other varieties, like British English and the American English. And on 1985, Kachru has divided English language users into three through the use of the concentric circle. The first part of the concentric circle is called the inner circle, which is composed of the native speakers of English. The second part of the circle is called the outer circle, which is composed of the speakers who uses English as their second language. The last part of the circle is called the expanding circle, which uses English as their foreign language and also use English as their lingua franca. According to Li Xiaohua and Yang Long, the reason for any language to exist is its functional value, and China uses it purposely in exchanging between China and the rest of the world. And now, let's talk about the four distinctive features of Chinese English. The first one is the level of phonology. The idea of standard received pronunciation is a convenient fiction, not a scientific fact. Received pronunciation is just practiced by the most educated and cultivated learners, which they considered as class rather than as regional dialect. There is no universally practiced variety, like speeches and tapes, and of teachers, which they regarded to as standard. English varieties have different suprasegmental features, and Chinese principal features lies in syllable, stress, tone, and intonation, which can be a determiner of someone's national identity. The next feature is their level of vocabulary. Languages can hardly survive in isolation. That is why it should always be in close contact with one another, such as colonization, migration, trade, scientific or art exchanges, and etc. There is no sufficient language for them. Therefore, linguistic borrowing is considered an inevitable necessity. In becoming a global lingua franca, the English language has borrowed lots of Chinese words, which some of these became part of the English language. The lack of word equivalent in native English has been an important factor in borrowing vocabulary. The next distinctive features is the level of sentence. In this feature, the difference in language also means difference in sentence structure, which can achieve the same pleasing words and a aesthetic result. Different language has their own way to make their sentences and words beautiful. In Chinese, logical relation between two sentences is self-evident, which can be comprehended like connected free sentences. For example, one for all for one couple, and two system. In Chinese English, there are times that a subject can be omitted, which then makes the sentence more direct and concise. For example, in English, they say, "Very glad to see you." You can see that the subject is you. But in Chinese English, they only say, "Long time no see." And the less distinctive features of Chinese English is the level of text and discourse. The text and discourse of languages is largely determined by the world's outlook, philosophical view, value system, and thinking patterns, which varies from nation to nation. Chinese communicates less directly and less explicit for the reason that they are originated from agricultural village society, which is why they communicate in a conductive manner. The Chinese writers favor the implicit way of producing beauty, but since beauty cannot achieve an enough room for imagination and expectation. That would be all, and thank you for listening.